Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Monica.
Why your ankle still hurt?
Actually, my feet hurt a lot today.
Okay.
It's no joke though. I got 3 screws in one foot.
Damn.
I'm just coming out of the boot real good. I was in the hospital 8 days?
Wow.
Ankle surgery.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had a double bunionectomy where they removed the bone out of both feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why they were saying it was
And
ankle surgery?
and it's hereditary. It's not elective.
So you didn't fall, you didn't hurt it, injury or something like that? It was just...
I've been trying to ignore that thing for the longest because it take you out of work. You know, I'm not really with being taken out of work. That means no checks.
Yeah.
And you're spending money because you in the hospital. So, this wasn't something I could put off any longer. It was to the point where when I come off stage, sometimes they have to have a seat there and bring me other shoes, and it was just getting to be ridiculous.
I was gonna have my corn surgically removed.
But that doesn't hurt, though, right?
Yes, it does, because they got to cut you open and shave the bone.
No, I'm saying the coins, they're just ugly. They don't hurt.
Oh, no, they hurt. Hell
Really?
yeah. What? Because they rub against your shoe?
Maybe get a bigger shoe size, bro.
Man, even when you do that,
Friction.
they still hurt. I had terrible corns. But
Friction is never good.
Man.
That sounds like a fire.
So I just had them shaved off, so I was good.
Okay, yeah, see, this is totally different. They take a piece out.
Yeah.
They take a piece out.
And
And
you-
it's not something you can see from looking at the foot.
And you almost had a stroke during the surgery?
No, that happened because I have high blood pressure. And so I haven't been maintaining it the way I was supposed to. And so when they put me under, that's when all of that started happening. Because you know your body responds differently once you sleep. So when they cut into the first foot, that's when my top numbers started rising. And that's what creates a stroke.
Well, you got high blood pressure. Who getting on your nerves, Mo?
Where you want me to start?
She got grown kids. She got young
Where you
kids.
want me to start? But that's hereditary too.
Yeah.
Everyone, all 4 of my grandparents, both of my parents, mama and daddy, it's hereditary. People think if you're not 300 pounds, it's not possible. They look at me and like, how you get that? Well, how you eat, in addition to the fact that it's hereditary, and then I still live in Georgia.
What's
Like
living in Georgia have to do with it?
everything
Like dealing with like racism, kind of?
to give you high blood pressure.
Oh, the food.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was there. Hey, no bullshit.
Yes.
I was in Hawkinsville yesterday.
He said racism. I'm looking at this nigga like, what? What? Now, I just said outside he was smart. He fucked it up.
I
What?
forgot. I'm tired. I just got back from Georgia yesterday. You know what they gave me for lunch?
What?
Fried chicken.
Yes.
Macaroni
Yes.
and cheese, some dressing.
Yes.
And
That's a
collard
lot, man.
greens. And some thin bread toast. I was like, God damn it. I
Yes.
had to eat because it was somebody's auntie.
No, you wanted to eat it
Yes,
because
I
it
did.
looked
Definitely
good.
wanted to
But Lord
eat
have
Period.
mercy.
When you come to Atlanta, I saw Idris Elba and his wife yesterday, and I was like, well, y'all gonna be filming in Atlanta, then we'll cook for you. And then I stopped. I was like, see, I don't know if y'all eat what we eat. Let me explain. It's gonna be greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So I had to kind of like acclimate myself to just control. I don't have to eat it 3 to 4 times a day. You know, one of my meals might be like that, and then they may
How
be
the hell
different.
do you stay so thin with all eating
That's
like that?
hereditary too. Most of what you get, that's what I always tell people. Like when I had my kids, I wasn't on some snapback, let me post motion. Like that wasn't what. It's hereditary. I look exactly like my mother. When people say, "Oh, she's too skinny," it's hereditary. It's not something I'm, working to do or be. You get what you get.
Now, hypertension can kill you now.
It can kill you.
So what are you doing to get that blood pressure lower?
Exactly what I just said. Controlling what I'm taking in. And then too, I had to learn I just started like having massages, facials, go somewhere by myself. This all just started over the last year.
For
I
real?
never did that before, ever.
Really?
No. He can't even believe I don't have a nanny. I don't have none
Yo,
of
she
that
wild.
stuff.
She got a bunch of kids. She travel everywhere, go to the game, take them. I'm like, you do it by yourself? Just take them to school?
Joe, your kids ain't little, though.
My kids are little. 5 is little.
Oh, you got a 5-year-old. Damn.
Yeah, my daughter's 5, and she is like, it's Shannon's face, but she acts just like me. It's scary.
That means you're going to have her gun license by 12. Then.
Listen, you don't start early this morning now. You know how I get down. What Monique say, call you by your first name here?
Leonard.
That was Leonard. Not this morning, okay? No, and then I have my 14-year-old, Rocco is 14. And then my wild child, he's 11, starting tackle football and all this other stuff. He's the one that you have to keep both eyes on, literally. Romello is the busiest. But he is the one that enjoys trying all things new. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to do what I got to do. My mom is a help. Today is her birthday, actually.
Happy birthday, Mama
Yeah,
Mo.
happy birthday, Nana. She's there with me, so I'm fortunate to have her, but I never had that kind of help. I never took a lot of self-time. I just never did.
You need that.
You know? Yeah, and when you grow up in the South, you see women do what I'm doing. That's another learned behavior. Like my grandmother did everything for all of us. I don't think we had fast food until she was older, like sickly, you know? Like we really grew up seeing it that way. So that's all I knew. So here lately, I was telling him the other day, like, I sound better in everything. I was just getting massages for no reason and just, hanging out doing regular stuff. I think that's going to help.
You do too much. Not only that, you got your own label now, so you got to run your own label.
Yeah.
That's added stress.
That's added stress.
Yeah.
But
Because every day I'm
congratulations.
getting these alerts where the funds are depleting as I pay for things as we move around.
What made you want to be indie after all these years?
You know what? I was on that one contract the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, people thought it was like, the labels were changing. So when you see it says Rowdy, then it says Arista, then it says J, people don't realize that still was all
That one
the
contract.
transitions of the company, not me. I wasn't leaving. I was there the whole time. So when it ran out, I just pretty much said, let's try something different. You know who gave me a lot of insight on what it would be like?
Who?
And she lives an incredible life because of it, is Anita Baker.
Wow.
She broke it down, numbers I'm talking about every bit of the science of being independent. And she's like, they say what they want about me. I clear these millions and go home. But there is a part of the stages of starting it that's completely different. Putting the record out, I was just like, what? Did we pay for that? I thought they just was going to do that because I've been around forever.
Nope.
No, you pay for every step of it, every stage of it.
You got to pay
Shooting
for
the videos,
ads. You got to pay for
ads,
video,
radio,
all
everything. People think it just happens. It does not just happen. And let's not get into features. But a lot of people.
But people do stuff for
that's
you,
different.
Monica. I'm
You still
sure they
gotta
do stuff for
clear
you for
them,
free.
You still got to clear them.
Okay.
And if they're signed to somebody else, they have nothing to do with that. So, it's not fees. Nobody's like charging me fees or anything. But it's like when it's time to clear it and put it out, then when you shoot your video, you got to take good care of them. Same thing I would require. Hair, makeup, your clothes, your flights, your crew, your food, your rider, all that.
But you got
On
a number
me.
one single.
Congratulations on that.
Congratulations. Commitment.
Second week in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you got that number one as an independent artist? That's different.
It was way different. It was as huge to me as being 13 years old and a record go number one, and you coming from somewhere where they telling you like, oh, that's impossible. You should do something else. You're not gonna make it doing that. This feels like that. This feels like that all over again.
Now let's talk about Commitment. Commitment is one of those records. It's a lot of feeling in Commitment.
Yes.
A true record?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm a girl that likes being committed. I enjoy being with one person. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm able to. You know how some people are like, oh, God, you again. That's not me. I really enjoy being with one person. I really don't have the patience for multiple people. That's what I was just telling this girl earlier. Like, I don't know what dating even is. Because for real, if I like somebody, they're really the only person that I want to interact with. I don't know how to, how some people say it's important that you get out and you mix with, several people, see what you like. Listen, I already know what the hell I like. And I know when I don't like it, so it's like if it's somebody that I meet, I enjoy being committed to one person. And that's all the song was about, because we were talking about in the studio how now it's so casual. Everything is real casual. People just like, it's very random. Everybody just linking up, doing their own thing, which I don't pass no judgment towards. I just don't have no interest in it. So that's how Commitment came about. It wasn't like some story was happening at the time. It was just me saying like, well, this is what I like. And two women put the song together. So it was real easy because they were on the same wave. You know what I'm saying?
So how did Shannon Brown fuck that up? 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, I've sat in this room a couple times and I said, I don't know what he's doing, but he need to be on his knees begging Monica to get back to him. Only because we look at you in that light, like you a fly woman. Like,
well, I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like we were married, almost 9 years? And I think life changes really got the best of both of us at times. You know, I take accountability for what my part is. I'm a very outspoken woman, you know, and I'm learning how to be more of a listener, you know, than just speaking what I feel, because he also went through a lot of different life changes. You know, he survived a major car accident, but that also changed the course of, you know, what's happening career-wise. So he playing in Big 3, doing other stuff. And I think that it took a toll because I probably didn't have enough around us to help us just facilitate what needed to happen. But, you know, it is what it is. Divorce is not being easy. And then everywhere I go, it's the first thing that comes up. But one thing about me, I'm going to respect him to the death, though, because he didn't do anything per se. I don't hate him.
See, I just grew
That's
apart.
different. Yeah, I don't hate him.
Right.
I think there's a difference when you walk away from something and you real mad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know it wasn't no infidelity because black men don't cheat. So I figured
That's
that
a damn lie. I don't even
probably
know why y'all keep this going. That's just foolish.
What?
Not the Shannon part. The black men don't cheat part is just foolish.
What are you doing, man?
What is
Sometimes you gotta know when to tap out.
Listen,
man.
him and Duval both are out of control with this whole black men don't cheat thing.
We don't.
Because I've never dated no other race. So you really don't want me to get in on this black men
those
don't
are black
cheat
grown
thing.
boys. Us black men.
Oh, so you're saying men
There
don't?
you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's a quick flip. You
should that fast,
you
didn't
should
you, boy?
you should you should definitely write songs. You should you fix that quick before my auntie neck and shit start coming out. You fix that real fast.
Now, with him leaving the league, did that affect when he got injured? Because if you do something since you were 5 years old, play basketball,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden you can't, that had to have an effect on the relationship too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You got to factor all of that in. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got children, we're not just working for ourselves.
Right.
You know, he and I both are working to make sure that they have everything that they need. And you establish a lifestyle for them. You don't want that to ever have to change. So, of course.
Now, how important is sex in a relationship? Because reading
It's very
the lyrics,
important.
all I see is, I need good sex and commitment. I need good sex and commitment. Everything's about sex and commitment.
Yeah,
How's that about
no,
right?
everything is not about sex and commitment. If you see, you can't listen to one piece of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like my second verse is literally me all day. I don't want money. I'd rather effort from somebody real. I can be myself around. See, what happens is because of the way our minds work, we hear sex first. You hear that real quick. You hear that, oh, yeah. When I sing that part, people respond different than when I'm singing the other part. It's just natural. But sex is very important in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's super important because to me, it's the way that you connect. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you got to be able to do stuff other than just that. But that's a huge part of it. That connection, I feel like sometimes is, that was one thing we were never lacking. So it was just always, for me, an important part of me expressing how I felt about him towards him. That's what I saw that as. That's why the casual thing, I don't totally get. Yeah, because it means like, so somebody you don't know was inside you? Okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, no judgment. But for me, it's really me showing someone how much I love them. And so I'm still a Scorpio, so they're very, interesting things I enjoy doing to make sure you know.
How do you know when it's over, though? Because I'm thinking about it from the perspective of a married man. Like, how do you know when it's over? Like, you know what? Like, we can't even just go in the other room and then talk about this later. Like, it's done.
I don't think you ever get to a point where you understand that is the case. I think actions start to show that it's come to an end more than anything to me, because it's never a time I don't ever remember feeling like, oh, this is the end. But I do remember feeling like, why can't we get along? Why can't we figure this one situation in particular out? Why is that repetitively happening? That is what stood out more to me than anything else, because I definitely feel like that'll always be somebody that I love. And see, to me, it's weird when I see people, they spend all these years together, and then when they're apart, everything that comes out of your mouth is negative.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like that about Shannon. I think people are waiting for this moment where, what's she going to say? What's going to happen? It was the same thing being on TV at the same time. I'm like, I honestly don't feel like that, And I feel like we do our kids an injustice when you running around talking about the person that is a part of them even walking the earth. Like, that's crazy to me. So my whole way of looking at stuff is so different than most people. But I think what happens is when you realize you're not finding a way to work through things, that's more what happened than anything else.
The hardest part got to be the 5-year-old, your daughter, the co-parenting, right?
No, the hard part is with all three of them. He's been in their lives since they were, 3 and 5? If not younger than that. You know, so it's hard with every single one of them. There's no difference because biologically they aren't related to him. They've been in a home with this man 9 years. When they started picking up footballs and basketballs, he was teaching them that stuff. You know, they also have a father who plays a major part, but it's like at the end of the day, every day they woke up with this person. So it's difficult with all of them. There's no difference just because she's biologically his.
Now, how is that for you? You got a couple of young men that you're raising that I'm sure into girls now.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm sure going out now.
A couple good young black men who don't cheat.
Oh,
So how are you dealing with that?
Charlamagne.
You know, them bringing them young girls around the house and all that as Monica pulls Charlamagne's mic away from him. Now, how is that?
It's been amazing. No, it's been cool. I tell you what there have been a lot of positives and the negative. One thing it forced everybody to do is to talk. It's no more, you can't text this, you can't email this, you can't avoid this, you can't not talk about this, period, point blank. And what's dope is that my son's straight up been asking questions. They
About
want to
what?
know about everything. Okay, so
About sex?
well, the 14-year-old, and I talk about that with both of them, because the 11-year-old is still hanging with the 14-year-old.
Gotcha.
Let's be clear.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like the other day when my daughter, she was sitting in the back seat and she was like, "Mama, play Meg the Stallion."
Big old freak.
I look back, I look back, and I was like, "What? You know her?" Because I love her,
Right.
but I ain't been hanging with you when I'm listening to her.
Right,
Where you heard that at?
But she actually told me, I thought she heard it on the radio, because of course Meg is on the radio nonstop.
Right.
But I thought she heard it on the radio. She said, "No, I heard it at the game, at the kids' basketball game." I didn't even think about it. She was like, "They play it every game." I didn't even think about it. So so what I do is I don't hide real life, the streets, music, sex, nothing from my kids. I don't hide my kids from it in any way. I teach them. I tell them the truth. I use it as teachable moments, because I think the biggest mistake we can make is feeling like, oh, they're just not old enough and we'll get to this later on.
Right.
When is later, though? We don't know when they're coming in contact with different things. They go to school every day. She learned about certain songs even at a game. You know, it is opportunity for us to really teach them. Like, my sons can tell you exactly what perks, lean, all that stuff is, because I've sat them down and had those conversations with them. Their father is a rapper. And even though that's not really a lot of his content musically, his artist, it is. So they've heard it all. So we had those conversations. And I study mortuary science. So what I did with the boys was I showed them a 19-year-old that didn't survive what he thought was a night of fun with these very things.
You study what?
Mortuary science.
Yeah, you worked in a funeral home at one point, right?
Yeah, my uncle owns it.
Yeah.
What made you study that?
My uncle owns it.
That
But
was
you were
family
singing so
business.
young, though.
Yeah, but he was there before music. Yeah, it's a family thing, and like he passed away a couple of weeks ago. And with Uncle Gus, he was a realist. Everything was straight out. You could be 12 or 20. And my teachings from him, they really built a lot of the foundation of who you see, how I'm good with being me, and I want my kids to be the same way. So when I'm telling them things, I don't want them to just hear the words. I like for them to see exactly what I'm saying, because kids can be hard-headed, and for some odd reason, they'll think that they friends know more than you. So I give them real life experiences all the time. Like, if I say no to something, sometimes now when I say no, they'll be like, "We understand, okay, Ma? Like, you ain't got to show me nothing or to, because I feel like when we're just told no and we don't understand why we're told no, we don't really absorb why that makes sense.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying. Like, kids almost, not that I'm going to explain myself every time I say something, but I make sure they have a real life situation to compare it to. Now, if you're okay with this being you, then you understand the choice you're making comes with a consequence. Or, sometimes come with a positive result.
It's hard for fathers to have, like, I got 3 girls, so it's hard for me to have those.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's hard for me to have those conversations with. Well, that's when I was a hoe in a past life. So, as I've grown.
Before the black men don't cheat.
When I was a black boy.
God
I
bless
was a
your
hoe.
wife.
But as a
God
black
bless
man
her.
that doesn't cheat, those 3 girls, it's hard to have those conversations with them about like sex and stuff. Like my girl is 11 and 3.
Right.
And I feel like I should be talking to the 11-year-old like that, but then I feel like her mama should do that. Like, I don't want to have those conversations. It's difficult.
I could understand that. Because if Leia's in the restroom and she'd be like, Dad, he'll be like, Mo.
Word up.
I'm like, what? When she said Dad, go in there. But I think it is like a balance. I think there's a fine line. Like, I talk to my daughter about everything from, I don't care if it's why you must wipe front to back, to why we shower the way we do, to why we don't change soaps. We're already having all of these conversations. These are things that I don't want her homegirl trying to teach her in 7th or 8th grade, and this little broad don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, her little coolest thing.
Right, she misleading.
Yeah.
She misleading. Like, your help should come from me.
Word.
But if it's something real difficult and I need to pull her like, hey, this a daddy moment.
Lord have mercy.
Then I just say, like, we got to tag you it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to change positions. I think you just kind of pick them as it goes. Because
I don't
all
want
your
the
kids
sexual
different.
stuff.
You better have that conversation because you was a creep, so you better have that conversation.
That's true. I'm fully aware my daughter's going to have sex one day. I've accepted that.
Right.
But I don't need to hear about it. Do
What?
I? Do I?
You got to teach about guys like you who
Don't take guys like me as if you've been Mr. Clean your whole life.
changed.
You want to Google?
I've changed.
Oh, please. Not Google. Not Google.
But I have that conversation
Not Google.
early because I know there's creeps out there, and I know what they do. So
Yeah.
I try to show them who the bad guys are and what to look for. I try to do. As
I
much as
wasn't a
possible.
bad guy. I was just a man.
my
We were all
goodness.
just men. We were dogs.
Yeah.
You got
know
hair from
what
a
I'm saying?
crackhead, bro.
I was selling crack. That's a yeah.
No, cause you know my history for real,
Lord
and
have That was some bartering.
And not one time.
That's what it was once, maybe twice. It was a bartering.
Nope.
Okay, so listen, Mo.
No.
When it comes to you and dead bodies, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your perception of death working in a funeral home?
Well, I'll say this. It was hard for me to deal with kids coming in. That was the most difficult part for me. Because we make light of it when we joke about it, but it's a serious side of it, especially we had a 10-year-old commit suicide, just being mistreated by his older siblings, and he hung himself. I think that was the first time that I had to step out and take a moment. That was one of the first times that I actually cried at work, But it also makes you appreciate, more than the death part, it makes you appreciate life. Because you realize how easy it is for us to get in our cars and not make it home.
Right.
You realize how easy it is for us to just be in the wrong place, wrong time, and not make it home and never see our family members again. It just gave me a different appreciation for life, more so than looking at the morbid part of just the death. Like, I take the moments that I have with people really differently than other people that haven't seen what I've seen. Way different.
Do you think Monica gets the respect she deserves in the game? Like, do you think your place is solidified? Because we was actually debating you on vacation. We was actually debating, I know this is going to sound crazy, we was debating you and Brandy, who got the better catalog of music. And I was saying Monica. And then we went into this whole back and forth with the aux cord playing songs. And I was like, I think you got the better catalog. You got a great catalog of music. You think you get your respect?
You know what I can appreciate? When I'm present, I do. And that means more to me. When I walk in a room, regardless to who your favorite artist may be or whatever the case may be, people still treat me with a certain amount of respect that I can appreciate. When it comes to the music, absolutely not. I've always been the underdog in that sense. It is very easy for people to dismiss things that I did at 12, 13, 14, 15. If you listen to Why I Love You So Much, I sang that at 12.
What?
At 12. If you can't respect that, I don't get it.
You were 12?
12. 12.
God damn.
12. I turned 13 when Just One of Them Days dropped, and by the time the album dropped, they had to pull Just One of Them Days off the shelves. We were almost to 3 million singles sold. You remember them days where people had the cassettes and the vinyls, the actual buy it. And so they had to pull it off the shelves because the concern with at Rowdy and Arista at the time, you know, Dallas is the one that signed me. And it couldn't have been anybody better to have signed me at that age because he treated me as his daughter. It was just, he never made me feel like if she not selling records, she not important. It was always about, listen, are you okay? Is this too much? You don't have to do this. Everything about who you are is great. Don't let them tell you different. If I'm not present to say it for you, you say it yourself. And so that outspokenness is actually why they titled the first album Miss Thing. So when he pulled the single off the shelves, it was because they were getting ready to release Miss Thing, and they didn't want people to just keep buying the single and not buy the album. So what happened was I turned 14 right after the album dropped. But those songs were recorded when I was 12, 13 years old. So if you can't respect that, if you can't respect my work ethic at that age, if you can't respect that, I gave up my whole childhood and never even complained about it. You've never heard me sit somewhere like, if I could have just done this, I'd be a better person. Nah, I'm who I'm supposed to be because I did what I was supposed to do.
And you ain't go crazy either. You got all the child stars that went crazy. Yeah.
I didn't go crazy. And my personal life was crazy enough for me to have been crazy. But because of the people that were around me and the fact that I never saw the need to step outside of who I was to try and sell records, you know how many times they told me, oh, you can't say that when you interview. And Dallas would be like, yes, she can. She say what she want because there's a whole group of girls just like her that will understand exactly what she's saying. Well, guess what? Those girls are grown now. Those girls got kids now. And those are the people that are there and listening to me. But when it comes to me going places and being places, the respect is intact. As far as the music, I don't think I get the respect necessarily. I can't use the term deserve, but I don't get the respect that some do. And I've just comfortably been in this position forever, like, because I know what I've done.
And you're never tired of it? You don't get tired of it at all?
Tired
of
of what?
traveling, tired of moving around?
Yeah, when I do, I take a break. Remember, I took 4 years off when I had my second son.
Right.
I took 4 years off.
On the Family Hustle, so you say you never pause.
I never pause now.
Nah, okay.
Yeah, I never pause now. They to an age where they understand exactly what I'm doing. When I'm going somewhere, I just let them know my schedule. I let them know what it is, what I'm doing. If they want to join me, cool, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're to a different age now. But when I found out I was pregnant with my second son, they were like, well, we need for you to understand it's over. It's over now because you got multiple kids. You got to remember, I'm pre-internet.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they like, it's over now. You've done a great job.
Wow.
We all love you.
It's like they just put you out the pasture.
Yeah, they like, yeah. And so I was just like quietly, you know, rocking my baby, thinking of what I wanted to do because I've always been told what I couldn't do and defied those odds. So it didn't break me. You know, I'm sure most people would have been in depression, but I was at home chilling, prepping, still standing, which ended up being a huge record for me.
What was the first song that after the babies?
Which baby?
You said after the 4-year break, I mean.
What was the first record off Still Standing? I might have to Google myself.
Google that, Envy.
Everything to me.
Everything to me. Got you. And people got to respect the music when they come to your shows, though. Like, because it's like you got to be at least 20 songs deep on a show easily.
Yeah, easy. I do 60
Why I
minutes.
Love You So
easy.
Much.
Why I Love You
Don't
So
Take It
Much.
Personal.
Angel of Mine. Don't Take It Personal.
Better.
Angel of Mine.
We're going to do a crazy mix this morning, boy.
So Gone.
Still Standing. So Gone. Everything to Me.
For You I Will.
For You I Will. I've been doing For You I Will lately. I for a while I was doing it for Nipsey and Lauren, and we would just take a minute, and just take like a quiet prayer break, put the lights up for a second. You know, it just songs have marked times in my life, but now the lyrics all mean something different. When I sang Why I Love You So Much, I wasn't in love with anybody. I was a child. But for other people, like the guy right here, he said he got married to Why I Love You So Much. It
never
is
meant to
what
cause
it
you
is.
no pain.
That's before you walk, before you walk.
Are you mad they try to put you in the urban AC box? They do
They
that
do?
with a lot of artists now.
Nah.
The urban AC box where they feel like they can't put them on regular radio. They want to put them on a an adult contemporary station. But dope music is dope music. They do it to Mary all the time, and I'm like, that's whack.
It is, but when I tell it's different. So I guess the part that balances it is when I'm performing. Like the lineup will be the Baby,
City
Rick
Girl.
Ross, City Girls, Plies, Monica.
Right.
Have all the gangsters singing, hugging their girl, whatever. I feel like it kind of balances itself. The people balance it, I guess. But Urban AC, I could see how it happens because if I put out a record like Everything to Me, it's over Denise Williams, Silly of Me. And that resonates on those stations faster. But it crossed over into, so it takes time for my records in particular. They always kind of start there and ease over. But I mean, just one of them days was over LL, backseat of my Jeep, the swinging episode. So I've always mixed those worlds. So it doesn't fully make sense to me why it's just Urban AC sometimes, but I get how it happens.
Well, Monica got to go.
Yeah, and we need to do a Monica mini mix, and you need to do a Monica regular mix this morning.
We got all
and
those
you
records.
and Duval need to drop this black men don't cheat foolishness unless you're going to hold seminars and figure out who the men are, separate them for these women so that they know where to date, who to meet. Because right now you guys are just aimlessly moving in your movement. You need some councils, you need some boards set up. You know what I'm saying?
We got the Faithful Black Men Association. It's just about changing the narrative.
Look at her looking at you.
We do. We have a Faithful Black Male Association. You want to see my card? Let me show you my card. Hold on.
Listen, I'm working on
see my
myself,
card?
Charlamagne. Don't make me punch you in the throat or nothing
Hold on,
crazy.
my card. Let me show you my card. I got my card. I got my gold card. Hold on now. I got my gold card.
Who
See my
gave you
gold
that card? How'd you get the card?
Faithful Black Male Association exclusive member.
That card looks
You
so
ain't know
flimsy
Chick-fil-A
and
was
cheap,
open
bro.
on Sundays. It is with that card.
What did it say? Faithful Black Men.
Association.
Exclusive members card.
Yes.
And you said that gets you
What?
into Chick-fil-A on Sundays?
Yes.
This card represents current membership in the Congregation of Faithful Black Men.
Yes, ma'am.
Serving, protecting, and honoring who though?
All women.
Why I don't say that?
Because that's something that we know. That's written in our
No,
heart.
hell no.
That's written in our
It
heart,
would have
not
to
on the
be on
card.
this card because the rest of this ain't even in English.
Well, that's his barcode.
No, this say Fitus Arcatis. What is that?
That means faithful. In whatever language that is. No, for real, it do mean faithful.
You see, but you see how that left too much room for your own interpretation. I'm going to tell you and Duval this one time and one time only. Organize
Yes.
your administration.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
First things first. Get all the men
Yes.
together.
Yes.
That needs to happen.
We meet up on Sundays.
Where?
Church.
Church where?
It's the secret church. I'm saying too much.
Church like Cheetah Church?
No, it ain't no
Like
cheating
Magic
church.
City Church?
I ain't cheated in 4 years.
Is that supposed to be a celebration?
Yes. Listen, if I was
You digging
sober,
a ditch, bro.
if I was sober,
How long have you been married though?
listen, we're talking about particulars.
Yeah, we're talking particulars.
Ask how long he been with his
But you
wife.
see what happened? You see what happened? They want to talk particulars with me, but they don't want me to talk particulars with them. This the problem right here. You take this damn card and you put it where the sun don't shine because you ain't figured out what's happening in this administration.
I've been with my girl for 22 years. We've been married. We've been married for
I think
5.
Monica just passed out. Ladies and gentlemen,
I just died.
But we've been together since we've been kids.
Listen, I'm gonna say this to Mrs. Charlamagne.
And
I'll
she
pistol
did her
whip him
dirt,
for
too.
you. Okay? I will take him out back right now for you.
But she did her dirt too. We grown together. You know, I just grew up a little later. You know, men mature later than women. But now, faithful black man.
you want to hear a story?
Wouldn't even think
Please.
about it. No, do you want to hear a story?
Please
I
tell
got
me.
stories too.
Please
Don't
tell me
act
a
like you
story.
ain't got no stories.
Please tell me
This
a
nigga over
story.
here acting like he just been mystically in his
I ain't
whole
say
life.
nothing, but I'm shut up. I
As
know
if
when to
beige
shut up
men
and be
don't
quiet.
cheat.
Look, he said he
I know
knows when to be quiet.
I
Oh.
know when to be quiet.
That's
But we changed
that. You know what? That's key in a successful marriage.
That
too.
is true.
That is key.
That is the key.
That is the key. It doesn't mean that you don't speak your mind. It means that you learn when and where.
Oh, when did you
Absolutely.
learn that, Mo?
I was good at that part.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke my mind too often. I
Sometimes
think
being quiet
sometimes.
is winning the
Yeah,
argument.
sometimes being quiet. Wait, is there a winner and loser in an argument?
Goddamn right. My
No,
wife always wins.
because if you trying to win or lose, then you know you really
Yeah,
not
that's
having a
if you're trying to win or lose.
That's the
then
problem.
It was
yeah.
a conversation. Yep. Sometimes-
Conversations are good,
Yep.
and I'm gonna say this flat out, period, point blank, and
Black men
no,
don't
we
cheat.
didn't go.
Oh, I thought my bad. I thought you were about to say it. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to keep my hands to myself. Listen, counseling is good.
Yes.
Go to counseling, please. I went as a kid, and it was probably one of the best things that my mom could have ever done for us. When she divorced my dad, we went to counseling, and it was the best thing that could have happened.
I go to therapy once a week.
You need to.
Yeah.
You need to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Monica, we appreciate you joining us.
You remember I had to call you? He's so inappropriate. His wife is a
That was
special
10 years
person.
ago, Mo.
It wasn't no damn 10 years
least
ago.
It was definitely on the
8.
show.
It was like 6 or 7.
I was
I
a
called
different person.
Lala and was like, hey, what's Charlamagne
That is
on?
very
What did you
true.
say?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
He a liar.
I am.
Yes,
but
he
I don't want to relive that old me. Like, that's behind me. Not going to bring me back there, Satan.
All right.
He makes me. You know what? But what's scary is I actually love Charlamagne. It's so weird.
Mo, have I not grown? Come on now.
No.
Lord,
I'm
No,
gonna tell you
I
one
hear.
story,
I
then.
listen
Can I
to
tell
you
one
all
story?
the time. No, you have not.
Let me tell you,
You've
right?
just grown more. What you've done is you've learned how to do it so swiftly that most people sitting in this chair don't know what happens to them. I just don't let you get past me. He knows how to do it so swift. And I'm watching the show sometime like, he don't even realize he just got played. He missed it. He missed it. So busy in the chair with their shades on, trying to be cool. They missed it. I came in here with my work boots on, like,
ready for action.
I'm waiting on Charlamagne.
Mo, let me tell you, one time I used to have a mattress over
Shut
there.
up, man.
All right, and it was just my.
That was 10 years
I
ago.
worked that night, so I
Okay,
used to
I'm about
sleep
to
in.
tell my envy story
Yeah,
then. Let's
forget
go.
it. Forget it.
I got
Look,
envy.
you said forget
Let me
it.
tell you.
Okay. And
You ain't got a story as bad as this.
yes, I do.
All right, you're right. Let me stop.
His wife put it out. His
Monica,
wife, wait.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.